One sat in the corner of her dimly lit room, the muffled sounds of her parents' organs reverberating through the thin walls. She had grown used to it by now, the shouting, the insult, the broken plates, but tonight felt different. There was a tension in the air, a sense of foreboding she could not shake. Her phone burst. Office now. The message was from Professor Jungkook. Jungkook was the kind of professor everyone adored. He was young, brilliant, and devastatingly handsome. His lectures were packed not just because of his knowledge, but because of his presence. But for Bayan, he was more than just a professor. He had become her anchor in a sea of chess. When she entered this office, Jungkook was packing his style, loosened his dark hair slightly. Deceived, he looks up and his gaze pierced through her wine. He began, his voice slow and controlled. I need you to listen carefully. She nodded, feeling a knot tighten in her stomach. I know about your parents, he said. I know what they have done to you, the way they treated you, the way they use you. Why eyes find it. How do you know that? I have been watching, he admitted his jaw tightened. I have been watching, he admitted his jaw tightened. I could not stand by and do nothing, so I made them an offer. What offer? She whispered, dreading the answer. Her breath caught in his throat. You bought me? No, he said quickly, stepping closer. It's not like that. I want to protect you. I want to give you a life where you are safe and cared for. But why? She demanded, her voice shaking. Why me? He did not answer immediately. Instead, he reached out, his hand brushing against hers. Because I could not bear to see you suffer anymore. The wedding was a spectacle of wealth and luxury. Ryan stood in front of a mirror, staring at the reflection of a stranger. The gown was exquisite, the diamonds glittering around her neck worth more than her parents' house. Yet she felt like a prisoner bound by golden chains. Ready, Jungkook's voice came from behind her. She turned to face him. He looked impeccable in his velvet suit, but his eyes held a variability she had not seen before. Do I have a choice? She asked bitterly. He hesitated. Not anymore. The ceremony was a blur. She barely registered the ways, the apologies, the way Jungkook's hand tightened around her when he slapped the ring onto her fingers. When it was over, she felt a hollow ache in her chest. Jungkook's mansion was like something out of a fairy tale. It was massive with sprawling gardens, marble floors, and crystal chandeliers. A vine wandered through the halls, feeling like an intruder in hours she did not belong to. Yuri missed on the hall. Jungkook sat, leading her to a lavish bedroom. You can decorate it however you like. My room, she asked, surprised. I don't accept you to share mine, he said softly. Not until you are ready. Jungkook was an Ikma. He was attractive but distant, kind but guarded. Ryan could not figure out him out, and it frustrated her. One night over dinner, she finally asked a question that had been haunting her. Why did you do this, Jungkook? Why me? He sat on his frog and leaned back in his chair, his expression unreadable. Because you remind me of myself, he said after a long push. What do you mean? I grew up in a household like yours. He admitted, abusive, toxic, suffocating. I got out, but it left scars. When I saw you, I saw someone who deserved better, someone who needed saving. When was stunning, she had always seen Jungkook as his perfect, untouchable figure. Hearing his fallibility made her see him in a new light. As time went out, their relationship began to shift. Jungkook encouraged Ryan to pursue her dreams, enrolling her in art classes and supporting her passion for painting. He even stood up to her parents, ensuring they would never contact her again. For the first time in her life, Anne felt a sense of freedom. She began to open up, sharing her fears, her dreams, and the parts of herself it had kept hidden for so long. Jungkook in turn shared his own struggles. He told her about his parents' divorce, the pressure of to succeed, and the blindlessness that came with it. They found solace in each other's their shared pain for forging an unbreakable bond. Not everyone approved of their uncontroversial unconventional relationship when rumors of Jungkook's obsessions with fire suffocate surfaced. The media painted him as a predator. The university launched an investigation and his career was on the line. Three tall women stood by him. She attended press conference, defended him in interviews, and refused to let anyone tarnish the man she had come to love. You, you don't have to do this, Jungkook told her one night, his voice heavy with guilt. You should not have to fight my battles. I am not fighting for you, she said firmly. I am fighting for us. Years later, their lives were unrecognizable. The mansion was no longer a symbol of entrapment by a Sankatri wine paintings filled by walls, each one a testament to her growth. Jungkook had left academia, focusing instead on philanthropy and supporting survivors of abuse. They sat on the balcony one evening watching the sunset while leaned her head on Jungkook's shoulder, a content smile on her face. Do you regret it? She asked softly. Regret what? Buying me? He turned to her, his expression filled with love. I did not buy you wine, I saved you, and in the process, you saved me too. Their journey was not easy, but it was worth it together. They had built a life filled with love, trust, and healing. When art became renowned, her work a source of inspirations for others who had endured similar struggles. Jungkook was a man consumed by obsession, had found peace in the arms of the woman who had taught him the true meaning of love. They were born by fate, but it was their choices that defined their story, a story of redemption, resilience, and the power of love to heal even the deepest wounds. The end.